Hi, my name is Luca Gelb. I'm a senior here at York University, enrolled in the uh, bachelor's to master's program, and I'm enrolled in the coaching and leadership class. For the first question, why are you interested in learning about coaching? Is because I'm an athlete myself, and I've been coached my whole life, and I'd say some of the people that had the biggest impact on me growing up and to this day were some of my coaches. And I understand how big of an impact a coach can have on somebody's life in a negative and in a positive way. Um, for the second question, what do you know about leadership coaching? Uh, I'd honestly say not too much. I don't really know what leadership coaching means, to be honest. I just know what it means to be a regular coach in sports, or I don't know. Yeah, in sports for the most part. But I will say all the coaches, or some of the coaches I've had, have also been great leaders. So maybe that's what that means. For the third question, select a coach you are familiar with. Please write about an example, a strength and a weakness that you have noticed in that particular leader. I will go by my current coach, Coach Tree Burks, the head men's basketball coach here at York. Someone I'm really familiar with. An example of a strength, I'd say his strength is also his weakness in this instance, and that would be his ability and his connection with the players. I feel like everybody is very, very comfortable around him, and that kind of builds the trust and like the drive to go to war for him, or to really like play hard and do exactly what he says. That's where that stems from, for me at least, is the relationship I have with him, and the belief I feel like he has in me is reciprocated when I have such a good relationship with him that I really believe in him as well. But I also see this as a weakness because we're so we're on such good terms that sometimes I refer to him or speak to him more as a friend than a coach, which can be confused as disrespect and probably isn't a great dynamic all the time for a coach in college sports. So I think it's one of his best strengths and weaknesses. He's a pretty young coach. He hasn't been coaching too long compared to a lot of head coaches, so I think this is something that he will get better with. And overall, I think he's a great coach that's going to do good things. That being said, what are you hoping to learn in this course that will specifically help you in your work? I want to learn more about being a coach. I have a decent amount of coaching in my resume. I've considered being a basketball coach. Probably not something that I'm going to do, but maybe this class can sway me otherwise. And I do have an opportunity to be a college basketball coach here at York, so that's something that I've been considering as well. And yeah, I guess I just want to learn a little bit more about coaching from a different perspective of just being a player or being around coaches. Um, and then how you fill in any gaps in terms of your learning in this course? I don't really understand this question. Um, hmm. I guess I will speak to coaches that I know. Um, I have a pretty decent relationship with a lot of the coaches on campus. Coach Warren from the volleyball team is a good friend. I think of some of the soccer coaches I'm pretty good with. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of coaches I could come and speak to about what it's like to be a coach from a different perspective, and maybe that could fill in the gaps in terms of my learning in this course. For reference, an article that I read that I feel applies to this is kind of a philosophy of how you can get your players to trust you a little bit more, and it comes from Brad Stevens, the head or former head Celtics coach. And he was saying if he kind of has a problem with a player, or like doesn't feel they trust him, that he'll stay after practice and rebound for him. And he feels like psychologically that develops like a bond or a trust or a connection that really helps the coach to player relationship. That was something I found very interesting. That's something that I probably will at one point write about or speak about another time, but definitely an article that spoke to me and that I felt should be referenced. With that being said, look forward to this class. Feel like it'll be a fun one, and go Panthers.